Oh, it's impossible. You can't do anything than having Khabib as a favorite in any fight. It's impossible. He has never lost. He basically never loses a round. So let's give the edge to Khabib. But if there's somebody that can upset, it's probably just Gaethje.
Man, as much as I love to see Justin pull it off, I feel like he's a guy who just kind of he got the same treatment I got when I entered the UFC, where they just gave him everyone the best. And if anybody deserves it, it would be Justin to pull it off. But I just feel like the ground difference, it's too much to make up. Khabib's another level on the ground than Justin is, and there's not enough time in the day for Justin to make up that gap. And I feel like the fight will go to the ground sooner or later.
Wow, that's a really good fight right there. I really hope that happens as well. Khabib versus Justin Gaethje. Gaethje, you can't count him out in any fight. It's going to be interesting because I've never really seen him work off of his back. He could be a tough fight for anybody. It's hard to go against Khabib right now, because he really has never been beat. So, Gaethje, he can get knocked out, but that's the only really way we've seen him lose. I don't think there's any way he gets knocked out in this fight. He could get taken out and manhandled. Man, that's going to be a tough fight. That's a not really good matchup for Khabib, I don't think. I mean, he's got a good wrestler who's just going to walk through you. Geez, that's another tough one. Why you put me on the spot here? I'm going to go with Khabib, but barely. I could definitely see an upset there.
That's another crazy fight. I don't know. I want to go with Gaethje just because I think he brings a different kind of energy. He's a great wrestler, and a lot of people don't know that, but he has a great background in wrestling. That's going to be tough for Khabib, especially because Khabib's game, his safety is go for the wrestling. If he cannot find the striking, he'll go down there to the wrestling and try to, tire out the guy. And I think Gaethje can withstand that pressure. And on the stand-up, he can connect something surprising and maybe, finish the fight. But it's a tough one. I would go maybe a late knockout for Gaethje in the 4th or 5th round. But, by very little.
Khabib. I think Justin is remarkable and he's made huge improvements, but I don't think he's going to be able to handle Khabib's top game. I don't think until you feel it, you can't really prepare for it. If they had a rematch, maybe that would be different, but I think this fight is Khabib.
It's weird. I think Gaethje has a better chance than most people. I think he has a way better chance than most other people. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find a guy who's better equipped to do it. I'm not going to say that Gaethje's going to go out and do it, but I'm saying like it's hard to find someone else who might, or is more well equipped to do it than Gaethje. Gaethje's a fucking stud of a wrestler, and if he can stop the takedowns, if he can even make Khabib take bad shots and keep the fight standing, I think Gaethje's has a real shot at it. Although, dude, that right hand that Khabib hit Conor with, that was a fucking rocket. So maybe you see Khabib strike more. Who knows? But, man, I think Gaethje could do it. It's hard to bet against Khabib. Like, gun to my head, put every dollar I have on who you got to put money on. I think the smart bet, if you're, like, betting with your wallet, like, putting a lot of money on the line, I think probably Khabib is the smart money, but I think Gaethje could fucking do it, man. Like, if you ask me, I'm gonna say I think Gaethje could probably do it. I'm not that he's going to, but that he could.
Man, fight is very unpredictable. Everything can happen. You have just to share for somebody. But I think if Khabib with this fucking ground game, if he puts now and keep the pressure like as always, he gonna win.
I can't pick a side because they're both they're both friends of mine. They're both Dominance clients, and I'm just really close with both guys. And it sucks as a friend to someone has to lose, and that sucks. But you know, these are the two best guys in the world. They're gonna go out there and, you know, champion versus champion. They're gonna go out there and show who's the best lightweight in the world. And I've trained with both guys, and they're both animals. And I'm just gonna sit back and watch and enjoy as a fan. But I can't make a prediction there.
I've got Gaethje. Yeah, I think that in order to, I mean, and you say this, but then, you know, Khabib might just go out there and be Khabib, and you're just like, oh, he just does that to literally every human being on earth. But if you were like, before that happens and you're just like pissed off and, you know, kicking yourself in the ass after the first 30 seconds of the fight because you put all this money on the fucking wrong guy. If I were to look at it, I would say that in order to beat Gaethje, you want to beat him as a boxer, and Khabib's not going to do that. And Gaethje's been in those dark waters where Khabib hasn't, and so he's gonna bring the fight. He's evolved dramatically, and so he's gonna be a far more tactical fighter on the feet, blending the defense when he needs to defend, and I think he's gonna really make Khabib get desperate and start overextending himself.
Gaethje, I think he's got what it takes to get that win. I think his wrestling will do well, and he's got cardio for days. I mean, how that fight was short notice, and look what he did. He hits hard, obviously. Yeah, I got Gaethje on that one. I think he's going to
I think this is the hardest one to fight because I think that Gaethje has the X factor. I think that he's got that. He's willing to take it to the dark water, and it doesn't matter how many times Khabib takes him down. I think, you know, every round starts on the feet. So, you know, we've seen Khabib struggle to keep people on the ground, and I think that Gaethje's wrestling defense is really underrated. So, who's the underdog? Gaethje got to be the underdog, right? Yeah, I'm putting my money on Gaethje.
I think Gaethje is Khabib's kryptonite. I mean, there's a couple of guys out here that wrestle. Mark Engel's uncle or brother, that I think they wrestled with Gaethje, and they said he was like phenomenally good, like better than his like he could have gone a lot further in wrestling. And I think he's going to attack Khabib's front leg like all hell, and I think he's going to end up knocking him out. I think it sucks because I think McGregor knocks out Gaethje. I think McGregor knocks out Gaethje. So I'm like, oh, fuck, this all works in McGregor's favor. He's sitting back there laughing. I'm like, oh, sweet. He doesn't have to beat Khabib. He gets to knock out. I think he knocks out Gaethje.
Going Gaethje over Khabib. We're going Gaethje. I'm not confident with that, but that's what I'm sticking to it. I think he's got the best wrestling that Khabib's ever faced, honestly. Not that he can out wrestle him, but I think he's going to be able to maybe stop some takedowns. We'll see.
I'll say this. It's really difficult to bet against Khabib, but I do think if there's one guy in the division that can beat him, his name is Justin Gaethje. I would not be surprised one bit if Justin pulled this out. That being said, it's hard to bet against somebody that's 28 or 29-0, whatever he is.
Oh, Gaethje. I think Gaethje got it. I think Gaethje just has more tools. He has a lot more tools, yeah.
I'm going to go Khabib. I think he does what he normally does. You know, Gaethje's spectacular fighter. But I think, you know, and he can wrestle, but I think Khabib, you know, he's just going to overwhelm him with what he normally does and kind of zap Gaethje, or at least keep him down. He's not gonna stand there and make it the fight Gaethje wants. And I think, you know, Gaethje is pretty much gotten all those guys in the UFC, you know, somebody that stands in front of him and throws. Not many guys have tried to take him down, especially, you know, that's what Khabib does. So I think he does his normal stuff.
Man, I would have always picked Khabib to win these fights, but man, Gaethje's just been on. I feel like stylistically he's going to be able to stop the takedowns. I'm going Justin Gaethje.
My boy Khabib. I gotta go with Khabib. You know, I mean, it's a tough fight though, man. I was like, oh my god, like that fight. I almost like it's literally I have him pick him. You know, it's like I don't know who to pick, but as the pressure comes on, I'll just put Khabib. Like he asked me where I put my body out, I'll put it on Khabib. I don't know.
My gosh, I want to go with Justin Gaethje. You know, I've I've seen him in the WSOF. I've rode the same bus as him in the WSOF, and he's been looking like a monster. I think he's got what it takes to put that get rid of that O on Khabib's record.
He's gonna take him down, and he ain't gonna be able to get up unless he lands a lucky shot. I mean, everybody has a chance, right? And the way he fights, he has a good chance. But no, I think he's gonna stay undefeated. Khabib still, he's gonna take it.
So, being Justin Gaethje's first professional fight, I want Gaethje to win. You know what I mean? He beat me, and it would, yeah, he beat me, and it would be cool. It'd be cool to have him win.
I'm gonna go with Khabib. He's proven it over and over and over. I think Gaethje makes that a nasty fight, and he doesn't let him take him down. Maybe he pulls it out, but I think there's something about the way Khabib grabs a hold of people that it's just something that you can't really prepare for. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that have that same game like that, where he just gets you and he grabs you, and that's that,
This one is one I'm really looking forward to. I just don't think I don't see anybody beating Khabib. I just don't see anybody. And if it is, it's either going to be Justin Gaethje or Michael Chandler. One of the two, either one of those two that could give him the most problems. But I just don't see him losing until he retires.
Khabib. His wrestling is just they're both wrestlers, but it's just on another level.
How you pronounce that last name again? Hey, man. Since I trained with a bunch of Russians at Extreme Couture and at the PI, I'm going with Khabib, man. Khabib's the man.
Gaethje, man. I think Gaethje is a better striker, and he's got great defensive wrestling.
Fight